I feel like shit.
Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days.
It's just one of
Friday,
those
happy days. The weekend comes, let's not go on.
It's just one of those days where you don't wanna wake up. Everything is everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you wanna justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet,
Just knock it off, you scum bucket.
it's just one of those days. It's just one of
Monday,
those.
happy days.
It's just one of
Tuesday,
those.
happy days.
It's just one of those
Happy days.
days.
The weekend comes, let's not go on. Ready to extend.
It's just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one to complain, leaves with the bloodstain. Damn right, I'm a maniac. You better shoot, cause I'm fucking up your program. And if you're stuck up, you just locked up. Next in line to get fucked up. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. It's just,
I'm losing my cool.
it's all about,
Monday, happy days.
it's just one of
Tuesday,
those,
happy days.
it's just one of those
Happy days.
days.
The weekend comes, let's not go on. Ready to extend. These days.
Feel like shit. My suggestion is to keep your distance. Right now I'm dangerous. Right now I'm dangerous.
Something's happening to the bonds.
If my day keeps going this way, I just might.
I'm gonna pop you one so you'll stop playing games.
Give me something great. Give me something great. I hope you know I pack a chainsaw. A chainsaw. A motherfucking chainsaw.
What?
So come and get it.
What we got here is a case of mistaken identity, you know? See, now this here,
Not Robert.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chief Moody, and welcome to the second episode of the Mood of the Nation podcast. It's great to be back. So, how's everyone doing tonight? I know it's a bit of a weird timing. I know I said in the past that the Mood of the Nation podcast would be airing on every Sunday. I'll explain what happened this previous Sunday as to why there was no episode there. For those who don't follow me on Telegram, I was at a barbecue on Saturday night with the fam, and of course there was alcohol involved. So you can see I had a bit of too much to drink, and also mixing some alcohol in the process. At the start of it, they had like a homemade punch, which was like made out of like vodka and lemonade and something. I don't know if it was lemonade or maybe it was orange juice or something to that effect. Then, of course, later on, I had a can of Stella. After that, and then after that, I drank. Let's see, I had a couple of bottles of Copperberg. Strawberry lime flavour to be exact, because I'm a cider man myself, and also had a drink of MD, or as we call it up in Scotland, Mad Dog. So you can pretty much see how well that turned out. And then Sunday, during that day, I was completely hungover. I was a bit better on Monday, and I know I did say to you guys that I was going to do this episode on Tuesday evening, but there was another reason that a specific reason that happened why it didn't air on Tuesday. So I was let go of my current job. Current job, I would say it was more like a temporary workplace I was doing at the time. But there's good news to that, because I'm going to hear tomorrow on any updates with that current job I'm at just now to see if they can have me back or not. But if they do phone me up tomorrow and they say, sorry, there's still no any equipment or anything like that at all that's been coming in, you still can't come back in, then a family member of mine has said to me this past Saturday as well, the day of the barbecue, he said that he can get me a job at his workplace. So if I don't manage to continue on working with the job I'm at just now, then he's got me a job and I can start this the coming Monday. So it sucks that I don't have a job at the moment. I kind of see this more as like a holiday at the moment. So even Joe Citizen, of course, don't apologize. There's no any worries with that, because at the end of the day, I don't see this as like a massive thing that happened. Like, because it's not like, I mean, yeah, I was let go, but I kind of see it more like a bit of a holiday at the moment. Because they might have me back, but who knows? But even if they don't have me back, at least I got like a backup job that can start this coming Monday. So it's kind of like a win-win situation kind of a thing. So, which I was really happy about. Because I was supposed to be working there for like 2 weeks, but then it became 2 months. But if I still worked there up until the 10th of June, that would have been 3 months. But hey, this 2 months is a pretty good run in my opinion. So that's all well and good. Anyway, what I'm gonna say, yeah, so again, if you don't follow me on Telegram, which you definitely should do so, again, if you want to follow me for any updates or anything like that at all, I did say in my Telegram post that today's episode, or episode 2, is only just going to be an hour long, and I'm only going to cover one topic. The reason for that being is because later on tonight, well, at 7 p.m, Bonnie Lad will be streaming on his channel, and he'll have a guest on, and of course the guest is Laura Towler. So if you want to check that out, I'm pretty sure either I or Joel Citizen or someone else in the chat might post a link. Not now, but of course towards the end of this stream. So if you want to jump on there round about just before 7 o'clock and watch a stream, then you can definitely do so if you want to. And there's another stream tonight, well, 2 actually, at 9 p.m. There's either John Davidson or the Blathering Pensioner. He'll be streaming later on tonight at 9 p.m. Or both Wes and No Chance will be streaming at 9 p.m. with their podcast Nefarious. I think it's Nefarious, which again you can find them on Odyssey or DLive. I think it might be Odyssey, but the point is those streams are happening. So again, you can definitely check them out later on, but we'll definitely post a link for Bonnie Lad's stream just before 7 p.m. and before this stream starts with that. So that's of course that's going to be something I'm going to be watching as well, again, because I think I've watched Bonnie Lad's stream one time when Laura was on it as well. So I definitely want to check that out and see from there. Let me see. Always a very positive attitude, Moody. Of course, well, I always try to keep a positive attitude with that, regardless of whatever bad thing happens with that, because that's all you can really do, in my opinion. But that's just me. So, Henry Hill, hello, how you doing? Quite a few familiar faces. Of course, we've got Gammon Sandwich, Joe Citizen, as I mentioned before, Jojo Gizmo, hello, how you doing? Let me see, Sammy Shaw, hello. Bacardi and Tizer, worst pint I ever had. I never tried that. I don't think ever since that Saturday, I don't think I'll be drinking as much ever again for a long time. Because that hungover, that was bad. It really was bad. Let me see here. Budgie Burger, hello, how you doing? He even says John Davidson 9 p.m. Let me see. James Hayworth, the white boys have arrived, must be summer. Yeah, I actually cannot believe it's June already. Like, that's crazy to think we're like halfway through 2021 already. Absolutely crazy how time flies at the moment. But no, I'm definitely happy that summer has come around, and it wasn't really sunny today or that particularly warm. I mean, it was maybe during early afternoon, but it's kind of went back to being dull again. But hopefully tomorrow will be a lot better. Of course, being Friday and whatnot. Swallows in London sounds nice. Must be a summer thing in England. Well, in London to be exact. Let me see. What Taylor 1381. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. Senso Communum. Even to you too. Thank you for watching the stream, sir. Let's see. Izu, as per usual. Jacob J 4746. Hello, how you doing? I've noticed. What was I was going to mention about? Because I've seen you on another stream. Well, within the chat, of course, of I Hypocrite. He was debating that Pro Cuties fella, whatever the guy's name was, Max something. That guy is a creepy individual. Honestly, of course, a lot of people will tend to say that he's like a troll, but he doesn't, like, anything he says, he's not really being serious. But I don't know, man. I think that's a hill to die on, to try and be a troll with regarding to that certain nature. Well, we are sober, drinking again. Yep, even Joe Citizen here. Yep. I mean, to be fair, I'm Scottish. I mean, us Scots have a very bad thing when it comes to alcohol, so you can't really blame us, or me to be exact. Pattern recognition. I don't drink too much. It's only just like very occasionally for me, and definitely this past Saturday, ever since that day, I'm not going to be drinking as much anymore. So, haven't had a hangover since 2018. Well, that's very good to hear. I wish I was like that. So, did you break into a Mosley speech? Never actually realised that until you brought that up regarding the start. I just thought for the podcast now, I would kind of start it in that kind of way, where it's like a kind of like a big introduction to the podcast. But hopefully that could be something that will continue on for future episodes, which I'm pretty sure it will. So I just want to see who else is there. Aye, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. John Davidson is streaming tonight too for the more mature. Let's see. John Parr, hello, how you doing? It's White History Month next month. Oh, that's good to hear. In July, I'm very curious what's going to be the reaction to the anti-white people. That's going to be interesting to see. But definitely we should celebrate White History Month for July. And definitely do not get me started when it comes to Pride Month. That Jarl Borg, evening to you too. Thank you for watching the stream. Let's see, Henry Hill. I think I might have said hello to you already, but again, thanks for watching. Oh, familiar face. Scott's Armour, hello, how you doing? Let me see here. Thank you for watching the stream, Scott's Armour. And also, Scott's Armour, if you're watching, which I'm pretty sure you are, I'm still up for appearing on your show, or if you want to appear on my show at some point, we could, again, on Telegram or any other platform, we could discuss further there on getting something sorted with that. Let me see here. Joe Citizen, sub to Sense of Communion here. Well, there you go. If you haven't subbed to Sensum already, there's his link to his YouTube channel right there. Let me see, who else? Oh yeah, definitely do that. Yeah, sub to Scott's Armour. That's Scott's Armour's channel right there. I think he's on 311 subs already, which is pretty decent. But definitely get the word out for Scott's Armour. So if you have a sub to him, please, there's his link to his channel, and definitely give him a follow regarding to Scott's Armour. Jacob J. Oh right, yeah. The bright side is that majority of the chat on the stream was not buying what he was spewing. I know he was spewing a lot of BS in that. Well, I don't know if you want to call it debate, but it was a conversation between him and iHypocrite. And I also seen Jacob. You were also writing comments in iHypocrite's recent stream with Lauren Southern. And there was also quite a few people in that in that stream, of course, calling Lauren Southern a grifter and all of that, which I could definitely see why people would go into that side of calling her a grifter, because there's stuff that came out that were very questionable with regard to Lauren Southern. Hell, even Mark Collett made a video about that, which I think you could still view on his BitChute account. I think maybe on Odyssey, but if you haven't watched that, definitely just type in Mark Collett, Lauren Southern, and then you'll see his video there. It's definitely a good watch, and it's also something that made me question the likes of Lauren Southern because of all the points being brought up in Mark Collett's video. Let's see. Tennis on drug does me. July just feels white. Yeah, I can definitely see that. There was about 2 people trying to defend him on the live chat, with a small handful doing the small, and same in the comments of the video. I did see that as well in the chat. I don't know. I really have no idea why you would defend someone like that Max fella, that's again. All right. I mean, if that's the hill you want to die on, that's all right. Jalbur, I up Chief, I up to you too, Jarl. Thank you very much for watching. Let me see. Pride Month is all about lions. Let me see. Chief Mooney, there's more to my lack of hangovers than that. I'll tell you another time. No worries, that's totally fine. A lot of comments coming through, jeez. Let's see. Scott Summer, sounds good to me. Let me know when, brother. Oh, I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely let you know in advance. Thanks, Jules. Thanks, Moody. Very kind of you, troops. No worries, Scott. You're very welcome. I thought Mark's channel was deleted. Yeah, because I did saw Mark's video about Lauren Southern on his YouTube channel when his channel was up at the time. I know that his YouTube channel has been taken down. What I'm seeing in terms of the Lauren Southern video by Mark Collette, I'm pretty sure you can find that on Mark's BitChute channel or possibly on Mark's Odyssey channel. Because I'm pretty sure that video will be there anyway. So, let me see here. Never found Lauren Southern attractive in any respect, to be honest. Yeah. Not heard her name for a long time. Well, she was gone back in 20. I think she left about 2018 or something like that, and then she left for a while, for like a year, and then round about maybe 2020, maybe late 2019, she then started to come back. With, of course, a lot of people then said that she's a grifter because there was something to do with, and of course it's all in Mark Collette's video about this, so you can either find this video about that on BitChute or Odyssey, where he brings up all the talking points about what happened with Lauren Southern, how she may had some affiliation with Hope Not Hate, with a couple of other people, the two gay guys, like she hung around with quite a lot back then, like it's not Colin Robertson, is it Colin Robertson or something along those lines. And another person whose name escapes me, but I'm pretty sure someone in the chat can mention the names as well. Again, just to make sure. I read that comment already. I still would though, but I'd keep it a secret. Oh dear. What else? Colin, yeah, Colin, you're right. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, because it's such a weird name. I don't know why you would call your child Colin, but why not just call it Colin? Yeah, even Stone Garuda, Kaylin Robertson, Lucy Broom, or I think it's Lucy Brown. Might be one of them. Kat, Colin. Yep. Now, Brie Fush, on the other hand, yeah, Colin, I think. I think it's spelt like that. And it might be pronounced as Kaylin or Colin. Again, such a bizarre way of naming your child like that. I don't know why you would want to do that anyway, so. She retired on a pile of simp cash. Definitely sounds like that with Lauren Southern. Didn't she say she went to have a child? Well, she uploaded something on her Instagram page where she went away, she got married, and then she had a child with the guy she married, and again left for a little bit longer, but then she came back, and I think she was also like a reporter or like a guest a couple times on Sky News Australia, if I'm not mistaken, which I think is a bit bizarre why you would keep appearing on, like a lefty news organisation like Sky News Australia, which is a bit weird in my opinion, but let me see. It's a gay name. Oh dear. Let me see. She was always with the dodgy gay dudes. Kaylin and George. Yeah, George. Yeah, that rings a bell. George. Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway. So, now we got into that already. holy shit, and it's almost like half an hour in. Yeah, colon, right, okay, colon, right, okay. I'll definitely see if I can pronounce that in the future. So again, my apologies for that. But anyway, instead of looking through the chat, we're just almost half an hour in, so let's see if we can get into the topic itself. Now, I'm only just going to be covering one topic tonight, and then more when this Sunday comes, episode 3 of Mood of the Nation, I'm going to be covering a lot more topics throughout that episode. So hold on just real quick. Sky News Australia is centre right compared to ours. Well, yeah, I'm quite surprised at that, because I would have thought that they would all be the exact same regardless of which country it is, but if that's the case, then that's actually pretty surprising in my opinion. Right, okay, so let's get into the first topic at hand. Now, I've foreseen this topic on Telegram. I think it was James Goddard that shared this news article on Telegram. Might be someone different, I'm not entirely too sure. So let me just have a quick check of that and then see where have I seen this story. Oh no, it's Dangerfield, sorry, my bad. Dangerfield shared on his Telegram about this particular story. So tell him it's effing Colin, and that's how it pronounced as Colin. So I had a look into this story just to see what was going on with this. So let me just see if I can share the screen just now. I'm pretty certain you all may have heard about this story already throughout this past week. And also Darnell Fox, hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. Let me just hide that and then get into this article right here. So, from The Independent, neo-Nazi who posed in MAGA hat convicted of terror offences. Nicholas Brock, who lived with his mother, had framed certificate of recognition from KKK under his bed. Now, this is the guy, Nicholas Brock, who was recently arrested because he owned 3 particular books. 3 books in which case you can definitely purchase and own by going onto the Amazon.co.uk website. Now, the 3 books in question, looking through this, I was about to say case, but this whole news story here, the 3 books in question are The Anarchist Cookbook, which, as you can clearly see, you could definitely purchase this on Amazon. This is the UK version, or in this case, Republic of Ireland. But again, it's still the UK regarding to that. Second book is Put 'Em Down, Take 'Em Out, Knife Fighting Techniques from Folsom Prison, which again, you can easily purchase on the website as well. And last but not least, Kill or Get Killed by Rex Applegate. Now, even though this book is currently out of print, you can clearly see that on either hardcover or paperback, which paperback looks fucking expensive, you can still purchase it on Amazon. So it's not like these books were completely banned, or you can never purchase these books in any way, shape, or form. You could easily buy these books readily available and be sent to your home address on this particular website. So I'll definitely get more into this by reading through the article. Oh, that's the lawyer in question. Or not lawyer, sorry, the judge in question, but I'll definitely get into that. So, of course, they took photographs of his room, and, of course, there's a lot of Third Reich paraphernalia, like the skull, and, of course, well, not the gun, because, of course, that will be up there anyway for completely different reasons with that. But let's get into the article here. A neo-Nazi who posed for a photo while wearing a MAGA hat has been convicted of terror offences. Nicholas Brock, 53, was found guilty of 3 counts of possessing documents useful to a terrorist on Tuesday. He denied the charges and said he was a military collector who had an interest in weapons and ammunition stemming from his love of Action Man figures as a child. But a jury convicted him for possessing the Anarchist Cookbook version 2000, which contains bomb recipes, a document on knife fighting techniques, and a US military manual containing further instruction on the fatal attacks. Of course, those would be the 3 books that I've mentioned just now, which again, you can easily purchase and have them sent or have them delivered to your home address from Amazon. Kingston Crown Court heard that he had an extreme right-wing mindset and possessed Nazi weapons, memorabilia, and literature. Brock, who lived with his mother in Maidenhead, has tattoos of prominent German Nazi figures from the 1930s and 40s. An SS Totenkopf skull, runes and other symbols adopted by neo-Nazis and white supremacists. He possessed a collection of Second World War knives and daggers bearing Nazi and SS insignia, and recipes for homemade bombs annotated with hand-drawn swastikas. Police also found a framed certificate of recognition from the Ku Klux Klan in the defendant's name under his bed. Prosecutor Gemma Gargetta, or Gargatar, I think you pronounce it, again, my apologies if I butcher the name, had seized electronic devices containing photos showing a man believed to be Brock posing in his bedroom while wearing a balaclava and holding a large firearm and posing in front of a swastika flag. She told the court there was also a photograph of the defendant wearing a MAGA hat in front of the Confederate flag. The slogan, often abbreviated as MAGA or Make America Great, Make America Great Again hat, but is abbreviated as MAGA, of course, was used by Donald Trump during his successful 2016 U.S. presidential campaign. Now, of course, this is where it's going to get a lot more spicy during this whole article, because I always think it's absolutely BS that he's been arrested and, of course, charged for this. Now, in terms of his sentencing, I'll definitely get into that just a short second, because even then, I was completely shocked of the length of time that he was arrested for because of this. So let me just have a look here and see. Back on this part. The former president popularized the wearing of distinctive red baseball cap. This isn't really all about the hat itself, which again, like the hat in itself, it's just a lot of people tend to try and make it out as if like it's the modern day swastika armband. It's really not. It's a ridiculous notion that people think that, oh, this is like putting on the swastika armband around your arm. Like, no, it's not. You're just completely mental. He was standing in front of the battle flag of the defeated Confederate States of America, which has been appropriated by white supremacist groups. Police found literature including a copy of Adolf Hitler's book Mein Kampf, National Front flyers in an envelope addressed to Brock, and books about the KKK and neo-Nazi group Combat 18. A flag displaying an eagle and swastika were on Brock's bedroom wall, and he had an SS wall plaque, Nazi propaganda poster, and Nazi badge on his bedside table, the court heard. Jurors were told that his laptop, hard drives, and mobile phones contained insignia, flags, and other material associated with historical and contemporary far-right groups and videos of extreme violence. They included the footage taken by the 2019 Christchurch mosque shooter, beheadings, and KKK cross burnings. Searches had been made on Brock's laptop for banned neo-Nazi terrorist group National Action, as well as for other extremist groups and racist terms. Now, this part right here, I just want to add on real quick regarding to the whole laptop stuff and the other electronic devices. Now, it's a possibility, of course, that he would have all kinds of that stuff on his electronic devices, whether it's as it says with the article, collection reasons and whatnot. Because look, if you're like a history fanatic, right? If you love history, you definitely want to collect as many things regarding to historical events as humanly possible. Of course, one of the major historical events people love to collect regarding to history buffs is, of course, stuff like World War II. And, of course, partly to do with that is to do with the German army. So this idea that, but of course, I just want to add on real quick. It's now coming to the point now where even if like you may own something, again, this may be historical or contemporary, like anything like that at all, like the swastika armband or the skull, or anything like that at all, regardless of the context of why exactly you bought it. Which again, it shouldn't be anyone's business, like what you purchase or anything like that. That business is just between yourself and the person you're buying it from, or even where exactly you're buying it, like, you know, type of website or place or store or anything like that at all. That business is only just for yourself. And this is a growing trend we're seeing nowadays, where if people spot you buying a certain book or film or game or anything like that at all that may have some right-wing views or anything like that in this case, then you be blasted as like a right-wing extremist, which of course is absolutely ridiculous. That's like saying, you know, you own a copy of the Communist Manifesto. Does that make that person like a communist at a communist at that point? Of course not. It's a completely ridiculous argument to say that, well, you purchased this type of book, so this must mean that you must be this type of person. Or maybe it's just because of the fact that I'm just curious about the certain topic or the certain person involved, and maybe I might want to read into it. Sorry. You know, again, there may be people that might want to read Hitler's Mein Kampf, and they may be curious to read it. Now, they might adopt some of the stuff that Hitler wrote in Mein Kampf. Others might not. Again, it's all subjective. It's all to do with the person who reads it. So again, this idea of, oh, if you read something like Mein Kampf, you're gonna catch, you know, Nazism or anything like that. Again, it's just ridiculous. It is up to the person if they want to read it or not. After all, we're supposed to be living in a free society, right? But if you read further into this article, you can definitely see that it's a completely like a authoritarian state we're living in just now. And I don't mean authoritarian as like, oh, it's a fascist state. No, it's like a pro-globalist, pro-commie, anything to do with like the left wing, and of course the certain group of people, which of course for I'm not going to mention it, but the small hats, if you will. That's all I'm going to say. So let's see, and there's a quote here from the prosecutor. Analysts conducted across all of Mr. Brox's electronic devices, and indeed a spin around his bedroom revealed that one of Mr. Brox's interests was in everything Nazi. And of course there's another photo of his room, which of course he's definitely got quite a lot of things there, because of course he's got a lot of knives, statues, and I believe that's meant to be like the German military helmet, if I'm not mistaken, which again, those, I always thought they looked pretty cool in my opinion, like the Nazi helmet. But again, that's just my opinion, of course. I'm actually surprised he has all these firearms, which of course, you know, the UK being very anti-gun and has a very strict gun laws. I'm actually surprised how he's able to own these types of weaponry. But another quote here. But the interest goes beyond Second World War history and Nazi memorabilia. Mr. Brock is also the prosecution say a sympathizer with the ideas of the far right, not just the Nazi Party, but also modern extreme right-wing groups, which promote the use of violence to further racist aims in contemporary society. The presence on his hard drive of 3 documents likely to be of use in planning or committing a terrorist act must be viewed in that context. Brock denied wrongdoing, telling police he was just a normal person who likes collecting stuff. He claimed that the files could already have been on the hard drive, which he bought secondhand from a car boot sale in 2015. But analysis of the device showed the items had not been downloaded until 2017. Brock told police that the documents may have been downloaded by 2 friends who sometimes came to play games at his home while he was out of the room making a cup of tea or a sandwich. He refused to give contact details. The police could find no record of one man's existence, while the second person mentioned said he had never visited Brock's home and had been confined to a wheelchair and almost bedbound since 2014. Brock also told investigators he had no interest in far-right groups, as he didn't go out much due to his social anxieties. Mrs. Garkater said Brock has no legitimate reason for possessing this sort of information, but alleged that the hard drive had been well organized as part of the deliberate and careful filing of material. I want to see if I can get to the, let's see, I'll just get in, more quotes here. These are not everyday items or collectible memorabilia. Well, you can argue that they are collectible, because again, if you're a history buff, you want to collect as many items as humanly possible regarding historical events, and of course in this case, stuff that happened during World War II. So of course this prosecutor is saying that these are not everyday items. Well, no shit, and of course or they're not possibly collectible memorabilia. You know, there's an argument that they actually can be collectible memorabilia, but publications which contain detailed advice on how to create explosives and explosive devices, bombs, on how to kill and how to maim, she told the jury. They may, of course, be of use to someone planning on any kind of violent attack, and they will certainly be of use to someone planning on a terrorist attack. Or you can even make the argument they just like collecting stuff, or maybe even they read this book and then because of interest, again, maybe not plan to do any kind of attack whatsoever. But again, we live in a society where if you own any of this kind of stuff, then the state will then dictate on how they perceive of what you're going to do in this kind of thing. So basically, Nicholas Brock here, it definitely gets more into this later on in the article. He's pretty much been arrested for wrongthink. That's basically the overall gist of this overall case. Edward Butler, defendant, told the jury that Brock was not a terrorist and was not planning to commit a terror attack. Some of the material we have viewed and the allegations against Mr. Brock are unpleasant and appalling. You may well think that this is not the kind of man you want to go for a pint with, or that he spends far too much time on his computer. Detective Chief Superintendent Kath Barnes, head of counter-terrorism policing Southeast, said that the material Brock possessed went far beyond the legitimate actions of a military collector. Brock showed a clear right-wing ideology with the evidence seized from his possessions during the investigation. Even if that were to be the case, if he was not planning on any type of attack and he had these views, what seems to be the issue here? Again, this just comes off as Nicholas Brock is being arrested, and I'll just go out and say it, he's been sentenced to 5 years in prison, 4 years in prison and 1 year on license, I believe it is, but overall 5 years due to, again, just simple wrongthink. Because you hold such out there ideas and political views, then we view you as a enemy to the state, and of course you're going to be arrested for wrongthink. That's basically what this comes down to, and it's absolutely just ridiculous. Not only is it ridiculous, but you could see it's a very alarming precedent at the moment. What's happening in this very country. Let's see. Where was I regarding to that? Oh yeah, Brock showed a clear. Oh no, sorry, I read that already. In this case, Brock has been found in possession of very dangerous and concerning material and will face the full consequences of this by the courts. Again, if someone were to order and read a copy of the Communist Manifesto, A, would that make them a communist, and B, would there be an argument to say that someone who reads a Communist Manifesto may go out and commit terrorist attacks under the name of communism? Because, hey, we've seen that time and time again with a certain group called Antifa, who are blatant communists, and they went out and attacked civilians out in the streets just because they don't follow Antifa's political ideology. Would the police would investigate them for that? Probably not, because they're on the left of the political spectrum, of course. So it's definitely shown here a blatant double standard, and of course a blatant bias towards a certain political group, or even a political ideology for that matter. Let me see. There's a quote here. We are committed to tackling all forms of toxic ideology. There's that word, toxic. Toxic. Toxic ideology which has the potential to threaten public safety and security. Brock will be sentenced on on May 25th, and the Recorder of Richmond, Judge Peter Lauder QC, remanded him into custody ahead of that date. Now, this is a very interesting Judge Peter Lauder QC, because there was a quote by this judge here in regards to his quote to Nicholas Brock. I believe he said something along the lines of, to Nicholas Brock, you're possibly a dangerous individual within British society. You hold very dangerous and very out there, political views and whatnot, simply because he has certain types of books and all of that. So, which again, Peter Lauder just comes off like a massive cuck regarding to that. This Nicholas Brock, who basically doesn't go out, doesn't interact with many people because of social anxieties and whatnot, has certain beliefs and whatnot. But no, he's a possible dangerous individual. How dare he for a wrong thing? Now, you may think that may be the end of that regarding to this overall topic, but I had to look into Peter Lauder as or QC as a particular judge, because I think there's something very interesting. You remember when I was talking about this whole overall case, how I believe there's like a complete bias or a complete hypocrisy regarding to a certain political group in regards to Antifa and whatnot. Well, in regards to Peter Lauder QC, I found this article right here from The Guardian. Now, I know it's The Guardian, but just bear with me, because I think it's very important to bring this up as, again, Judge Peter Lauder QC was also the judge for this particular case. Terror case delayed after judge criticises pre-sentence report. Judge orders report by more experienced probation officer on Haider Ahmed of Surrey. I think that's how you pronounce it. A judge has delayed sentencing a teenage student who was convicted of plotting the terror attack because of deep concerns over a report prepared by an unexperienced probation worker. Haider Ahmed was aged 16 and 17 and living with his parents in Redhill, Surrey, when he planned to kill members of the public with a large hunting knife. The teenager, now 19, had developed a warped and unswerving interest in Islamic State, or basically a supporter of ISIS, which of course no fucking surprise there. I also just want to say that this report was back in 2019, but again, it's very pertinent to bring this up in regards to what happened to Nicholas Brock with this news story. So let me just get back onto this news article just now. Where was I? Oh yeah. Including the fascination with videos showing beheadings, the prosecutor Ben Lloyd previously told Kingston Crown Court, showing videos of beheadings. Where have we heard that just now? Oh, that's right. That's what they accused of Nicholas Brown of doing regarding to his collection of far right stuff. Accusing Nicholas Brown of Nicholas Brock, of having some beheading videos by certain right wing groups. Which again, that part I don't believe, but I think it's really interesting. That's also kind of similar to this case, because I'll get to this part here. But Ahmed must wait until June 14th to be sentenced after the judge, Peter Lauder QC, ordered another pre-sentence report to be prepared by someone who has greater experience in dealing with terror cases. Gee, I wonder why he never did that with Nicholas Brock. It kind of gets the noggin jogging, doesn't it? It really does scratch your head regarding to that. Well, I'll definitely get into why that would be the case with this part of the article right here by The Guardian. He said on Monday, "I have deep concerns about matters raised in this pre-sentence report. The author is sadly not experienced in this type of work. I'm told that for the sort of report that frankly I was hoping would be available this morning, it will take a further 6 weeks. It seems to me it is not fair to anyone to proceed upon this basis. I make clear that the report I seek is a detailed report prepared specifically by a probation officer whose responsibility is work of this type." Ahmed made no expression as he was remanded in custody. Lloyd had described him as a young man with a radical, dangerous, and entrenched mindset who was in contact with others of a similar mindset in other countries. So you could make the argument that this admin filler, who has been confirmed that he has been looking up a lot of stuff by ISIS. He's a staunch ISIS supporter and was planning on committing terrorist attacks, and even has connections to other terrorist supporters or sympathizers around the country. So you could see, in comparison with Nicholas Brock, I would see Ahmed here as a much more dangerous individual than someone like Nicholas Brock. Let me see here. Yeah, Ahmed was found guilty in March of engaging in conduct in preparation of terrorist acts between July 2016 and July 2017. He admitted other offences, including intending to assist another to commit acts of terror. I can't read tonight. Sorry. Disseminating terrorist publications and collecting a record of terrorist information. So he has admitted that. He has admitted that he did do all this kind of stuff, this Ahmed character, and he was planning to do some kind of terrorist acts. But you know how much of a sentence he'd been given, this Hadir Ahmed? He was only given 3 years in prison by Peter Lauder QC, the same judge who sentenced Nicholas Brock 5 years imprisonment. Connecting the dots here. Now, I couldn't exactly find the quote of what Peter Lauder said to Ahmed, but I believe the quote in question was that I'm going to give you 3 years imprisonment, or sentence you to 3 years imprisonment. But I hope during your time you're going to have you're going through all these kinds of programs to rehabilitate you and not be radicalized by ISIS groups or anything like that at all. So again, I think that's the extent to the conversation regarding to that sentencing. But I think it's very, very, well, it's not odd. It's very concerning that Peter Lauder QC, the judge, would give this lunatic right here a much lighter sentence compared to Nicholas Brock. And again, it really makes you think, doesn't it, that there seems to be this blatant double standard. Well, it does come into the fact that there's definitely a two-tier system here within the UK justice system. So the two-tier system, I'm pretty much sure you guys in the chat may know what this is already, but for those that don't know, the two-tier system, and I don't know if I may be wrong on this, but correct me if I'm wrong, but the two-tier system is that you have the non-whites, or more specifically in this context, the Muslims, are anything to do with let me see, I lost my train of thought there. Sorry, anything to do with like terrorist acts or anything like that at all, then they'd be looked at as victims. Like, oh, it wasn't their fault. It was this sort of thing right here, this website or post or anything like that at all. So it's basically blaming the game and not the gamer. That idea. Whereas if you are a indigenous person of Britain, or like specifically a white person, you would be looked at as a potential like criminal because of the stuff that you did or said or anything like that at all. So with that, there's clearly like a two-tier system going on here in the UK, and it definitely should be abolished at this point because it's absolutely ridiculous of the blatant, I don't know if you want to call it hypocrisy, but the absolute blatant absurdity regarding to the way how it's all been judged. One set of rules for one group of people and another set of rules for another group of people. So of course, if you want to know what it looks like, there's Peter Lauder QC. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. So, but yeah, that's that case in a nutshell. I mean, again, it's absolutely ridiculous that it's now come to the point where if you purchase anything online, And I really don't know if maybe if it's going to be looked into, if it's ever been like being looked into by the police or anything like that at all. But I'm pretty sure that that might start to be a thing now. Let me see here what's been said in the chat. Let me see here. Yeah, Joe Citizen, 2 tiers, 3 brackets. Yeah, I believe that's what it was in this case. Let me see here. 1 second. Sorry about that. Just a quick chat with family members, so that's totally fine. But yeah, you can definitely see it's it's just ridiculous the way how they treated Nicholas Brock. Scottish Tam, how you doing? How is the mood of the nation this week? Well, judging by that article I just showed, is a pretty downer type of article. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous the way that they treated him and arrested him. Again, it all comes back to this idea that they just arrested him for wrongthink, and now they made him like a political prisoner. Let me see here. Just want to see what's been said in the chat here. Let me see, because we only got about 8 minutes to go, so but I'll just finish off the stream by reading off what's been said in the chat. Yes, man, Chief Moody, I'm surprised you haven't been on Friday night dinner yet. That's Ayatollah's live stream on a Friday. I've never really been asked, and I don't think, to be fair, that I'm like a well-known like a nationalist content creator at the moment, because of course at the moment I've only got 921 subs just now, so which is still a fairly amount, but again it's not big numbers, so I don't know. The only thing I can really say to that is that something, it could be good to go on to, but I think maybe you should talk to Ayatollah, message him or anything like that at all, that as like a suggestion for future guests on the show. Again, it's entirely up to yourself with that. It's something I would definitely would like to go on to, but again, it's up to Ayatollah, since it is his show after all on the Friday night. So maybe one day, but who knows. So Scott Summer, seems to be common for non-British to have leniency in the name of cultural or environmental differences / exposures. Well, again, it goes back to that, doesn't it? It goes back to this idea of they really want to replace the indigenous people of Britain, whether it's Scotland or England, Wales or Ireland for that matter. It's just part of this overall plan of trying to get rid of us as humanly possible. And the only thing that can really be done about it is we just need to keep exposing that. Well, even though it's already been exposed anyway, but what was I going to say? But it's just it needs to be told to the wider public that this is what's going on and we need to do something about it. Otherwise, if we don't do something about it, and if the current trends by David Coleman are correct by 2066, then the indigenous people of Britain will of course become a minority. Again, if the trends do continue the way they are, and if you think some of the attacks towards white people are bad at the moment, just wait until 2066 comes around, or maybe even before that for that matter. It's only going to get worse from here unless we do something about it, and it's about time we actually do something about it, actually speaking out against it. Because again, if we don't do anything about it, then it's just only going to get worse from here. Scottish Tam, it's like the women are wonderful, fit for foreigners. Yeah, that's definitely the case regarding to that. Yes, man, they're extremely privileged. Oh, they're very privileged here. Regarding to non-whites, if you're non-white, then you be treated as like a god, you should be catered to, no matter what. Even if they are being catered to, it's never enough for them. You can give a Muslim woman or a family this very top-notch flat or house, this state-of-the-art bathroom and bedroom and all of that. It's never enough. It's never enough. But they would never do the same when it comes to the actual British who've been born and raised within this country, the indigenous British person, of course. John Parr. No. You see, Nicholas is a bad man. You see, because we said so. Yeah, it's like, oh, he's a bad person. Don't question us, but he's just bad. Just follow the state of what the state says. Yeah. Jojo Gizmo. I reckon a lot of stuff was planted, just like they did with Tommy Marr. Yeah, that's what I think. What I was trying to say regarding to the whole electronic stuff. I think it was probably more likely to be planted as a way of trying to fuck Nicholas Brock further. It's like, oh, we found this stuff on this laptop. See, here you go. Don't you believe us now? State we should definitely prosecute him and have him be sentenced into prison, or be sent to prison, I should say, of course. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't be surprised if any of that stuff was planted within Nicholas Brock's laptop or any other electronic devices. He will barely be punished. Yeah, regarding to Ahmed, I'm assuming he only got 4 or 4.5 years. Oh, Ugly Truth. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. Let's see. I missed the show. Sorry, Chief and Truth. No, don't worry about it, Scottish Tam. Don't worry about that. Because again, there'll be episode 3 will be coming this Sunday anyway, and I'll definitely will be covering a lot more topics for that episode. So. Prison for a right-wing wrong thing, disgusting. It is very disgusting. It's definitely coming to that point. Jump Bar again. No. You see, Antifa are anti-fascist, just and they are a loving, peaceful protest group. They are also stunning and brave. That's of course. The gentleman will have legitimate grounds to appeal. Oh, he definitely will have some legitimacy to that, which I'm pretty sure maybe something might come about that, and he definitely should appeal to that, because again, the way that they treated him regarding to that case was absolutely disgusting. By that I mean, Nicholas Brock, of course. I'm not talking about Ahmed. He can rot in hell for all I care. But definitely, Nicholas Brock should definitely appeal that, because that's absolutely disgusting. Disgusting, sorry. 160 million dead because of communism, yeah. But hey, we still promote communism because it's a way of moving forward, like eating the rich and all of that, which just fuck off with all that shit. But look, the less said about communism, the better, because we all know that communism is absolute cringe, So again, the less said about that, the gay shit, the better. So, it absolutely stinks and whatnot. 6:58, right, so 2 minutes to go till Bonnie Lad's stream starts. Okay, perfect. So, what I will do now, for as long as there is 100 of us, yep, exactly, Scottish Time, exactly. Definitely, right, what to do is, I will... Scottish Armour. No, that wasn't real communism. Yeah, that whole fucking argument they always use. We are all Nicholas Brock. We are definitely indeed all Nicholas Brock. Scottish Tam, that's very true. But sorry, going back to this comment here, that wasn't real comments. That's the same argument they use. Oh no, well, you have to understand that wasn't real communism. One day we will have true communism. Yeah, I mean, people will die in the process, but one day, just one day, communism will be fulfilled in our utopian society. Yeah, that's great. I'm pretty sure many other people will die in the process just to get to your utopian communism society, but whatever. Snowman, good evening to you too. Thank you for watching, but unfortunately we're just going to come to an end there, because again, Bonnie Lad will be streaming in just a minute or so. So, Joe Citizen, if you're watching, which I don't know if you still are, but if not, let me just see if I can find the link to Bonnie Lad's stream with Laura Towler. 1 second. Let me see here. Just find Bonnie Lad's channel. Yeah, there we go. Waiting for Bonnie Lad to stream. We'll be going live in just a short second. Copy that and then paste it here. Alright, perfect. Paste that. I know it wasn't real communism though. Then if it don't want to see the real communism, oh dear. Right, perfect. So I'll just post that in the chat here. So what I just posted is the link to Bonnie Lad's stream with Laura. It's just going to be starting in any second now. So if you want to watch his stream, there's a link to it just now. Chief Mini Joe split me. That's no worries. At least I've posted that there. But yeah, sorry. Just click on that link and just head over to Bonnie Lad's stream just now and enjoy his stream with Laura. That's going to be really good. And of course, definitely, I'm sub to Bonnie Lad. That's really good to see with that. How the fellow saw that bases itself on born equal to doomed to fail. Still call me rascals. Hope you're leaving this up, Chief Money. I can catch up later. Yeah, definitely Scottish Dam. It will definitely be still going up. It won't be like on private or anything like that at all. So let's see. Enjoy the stream, mate. Hope you have a good night. You too, Scar Summer, and I'll definitely get back to you in terms of future appearances and whatnot. We'll definitely get something sorted with that. Just do with that restriction on it. Right, that's perfect. So, excellent. So, head on over to Bonnie Lad's stream just now. I think it's just starting in just a couple of seconds, but definitely head over there anyway. What I will do now is just end the stream, or this episode of The Mood of the Nation, with an outro song. Let me just see if I can find the one for it. I got an idea. A song I've been listening to for a while. Let me see. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so pause that, and then I'll just share the screen. Good stuff, Chief. No worries, James. Thank you for again for watching the stream with that. Cheers, Chief. Take care, folks. You too, Sammy. Night all, good stream. Thank you very much, Gammon. Pretty much thanks to everyone for tuning in to tonight's stream. But just wait until this Sunday for episode 3 of the Mood of the Nation podcast. I'll definitely cover a lot more topics, and it definitely will be a lot better compared to this episode. Well, in my opinion, at least. So, just share that. See if I can full screen that as well. Yep, perfect. So again, thank you all very much for watching. I'll just end this stream with a song by Pogo, if you've heard of him before. He does a lot of remixes and whatnot. So, but again, thank you all very much for watching. Head on over to Bonnie Lad's stream just now. This is Chief Moody signing out, and I will see you all next time. Take care and good night.
Bit of magic.
A bit of magic?
It's easy. Let's see. I does what I likes and I likes what I do. I does what I likes and I likes. Thank you, most interesting.
I does what I likes and I likes what I do. I does what I likes and I likes. I does what I likes and I likes what I do. do, I does what I likes and I likes. I does what I likes and I likes. What I do, I does what I likes and I likes.
Now how does that sound?